Hey everyone, so I thought today, given the time of the year, it might be a timely time to record a video on reflection. As drivers, as business owners, as people who naturally just see the next problem and keep working to fix them, often we forget to acknowledge or recognise everything that we have done in the past, and as we head into Christmas, reflecting on the last 12 months is a very, very good time to do it. I'm allergic to New Year's resolutions. They're knee-jerk reactions and tend to go nowhere, but I am a big fan of planning and looking forward, and one of the best ways to do that is to look at what's been, where we've come from and how much we've achieved. So this is an exercise that was actually given to me by one of my coaches. I can't claim all the credit for this one, but it's a very, very useful exercise. So the exercise is to find a half an hour, a whole half hour, where you can sit down uninterrupted and work through this exercise. Start with a blank piece of paper and a pen, or if you type faster than you write, a blank document that you can type into, and work through the process. And start just by thinking about where you were this time last year, the position you were in financially, emotionally, physically. And start there, and then use memory, use your diary, use Facebook photos, use client notes. Just use whatever you can to work through month by month what you've done, some of what you experienced, some of what you learned, some of what you accomplished over the previous 12 months. Very, very useful exercise. How did it feel? What would you not do again? What would you do over and over again? Just go through that exercise. And when you've gone through from this time last year through till now, then we've got a couple of quick key questions to look at. And the first thing is, what worked? What worked really well? And then what didn't work? What would you not like to repeat? So then the follow-up is what am I going to continue with next year, and what am I going to leave behind? What am I not going to do again? What am I going to make sure I keep doing? What am I going to do more of? And finally, it's almost impossible not to recognise or realise just how much you have done when you look at everything that you've written down. It will usually be a very, very long list, and like I say, it's often surprising just how much you've accomplished when you go through this exercise and realise it. So please take this time to reflect, acknowledge yourself, acknowledge your efforts, acknowledge everything you have done, buy yourself a drink to celebrate, buy yourself a present. If it's gone particularly well, buy yourself a present anyway. You've worked for it, and yeah, acknowledge everything you've achieved. So I said, this is not to replace a strategic plan. This is not about planning for next year. This is an exercise in reflection. Starting to think about practices we want to keep, the things we've learned, the things we want to make sure we avoid, and then use this as the basis for starting to do your strategic plan in the next year. But a great exercise in reflection. Realise, remember and acknowledge everything you have done. We all do work very, very hard when we're running a business. Every one of my clients certainly does. Please don't forget that. Look backwards, acknowledge yourself, would be awesome. So I'm looking forward to a fantastic break. I will definitely be doing this exercise too. It's been a massive year for me personally, and certainly for the business and for my clients. So I will definitely be doing this exercise too. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to my Christmas break. I hope you are as well, and I look forward to talking to you all again next year.